welcome back to the Battleground podcast. This is your place for pro wrestling, and we talk about all kinds of things. I am normally the co-host, Eli. Battle had some travel issues. He's stuck in an airport somewhere. But we have the wonderful, the talented, the smart, Jersey-fied. That's all I got. Gabrielle LaSpisa. Is that how you say your last name?
LaSpisa.
LaSpisa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of an E on the. Okay, LaSpisa.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excited. I'm good. I'm excited to be here to talk pro wrestling with you.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I know you're normally the co-host, but like I am a host. So like we're gonna be great together. I don't even think we need him. Let him sit at the airport. And
we'll figure this out. Yeah. He'll have some
he's gonna be upset. Once he hears the episode, he's gonna be like, wow, I missed out on that. I'm upset.
Fear of missing out,
Yeah, FOMO.
All right. So we met at Vegas in WrestleCon, had a little chat and set up doing a little collab video, and we thought WWE Evolution would be perfect. This is the first one since 2018, and that's it. We're gonna dive into it. So first off, what's your excitement level for going into it? Where are we at?
Excitement level? When it was first announced, my excitement was like a 10 because I'm like, wow, we're finally getting another one. It's about time. They got the talent. There's so much we could do here. And going into it, I'm probably at I would say a 6, which I'm upset because I'm not upset. Listen, it's still an all-female show. The talent's great. The girls are going to put on an awesome show for us. I know that for a fact. It sucks when things happen. Like obviously the live injury messed things up. I think they had to kind of really revamp a lot going into it. I wish the storylines and the emotions were a little bit better for these bigger matches that we're going to see. But in true WWE fashion, most of the shows I'm not 100% excited to go into. I leave saying like, wow, that was a pretty good show. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. This weekend.
Yeah. We were talking before we started. The triple threat has some drama attached to it, and then Naomi and Jade kind of has a little backstory, and then other than that, it does feel a little. We don't want to say thrown together, but just it has those storylines just didn't have the time to develop.
It's lacking the emotion, which I'm an emotional watcher. I would say I'm an emotional consumer when it comes to pro wrestling. I say this all the time. I'm not watching the matches to be like, ooh, what a good move and like technicalities. I watch because I'm emotionally invested in this person. I want to see them win, or I want to see this person lose because I hate them so much. So when I go into a show and I'm like, I only have emotional investment in a couple of the people or a couple of the storylines, that's not the talent's fault. I know they're putting their all in there, and I love all of these women. It's more so the creative leading up to it. Sometimes I'm just like, why should I care? If I'm asking myself why I should care, it's never a good sign.
Well, and you don't want it to look one-sided either. I mean, you don't want to have 1,000 men's stories and then just 4 random women's matches. You know, it's just it's their art too. They want to perform. They have characters. You know, it's the whole thing. So
of course.
But like we said, we're going to rally behind the girls. Like you said, they tend to pull magic out of the hat from time to time. So we're not going to doubt the machine at this point. So, so far the card has been looking like we're looking at the NXT Women's Championship, Jacy Jayne against Jordynne Grace, the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. There's going to be a 4-way tag team match. The Judgment Day, Charlotte, Flair, and Alexa Bliss, Sol Ruca and Zaria, and the Kabuki Warriors just got back together. Got the Battle Royal. We have Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus, for the WWE Women's Championship. Jade, Cargill, and Naomi in a no holds barred match, and Becky, Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra for a triple threat for the Intercontinental. Okay, so what has maybe surprised you so far about the card? Has there been anything kind of?
I mean, not surprising, I would say, but obviously, I think that Nikki was there to start a whole storyline with Liv, and I was like, the minute we saw that on Raw when she came out and they were cutting those personal promos back and forth, I got so excited for it. And then unfortunately, injuries happen. I hope Liv comes back soon, because side note, just the stuff with the Judgment Day and Raquel and Roxanne, I just think is so good. And I think when they did the thing on Raw about her, like, and Dom's like, she's not dead. Like, why do you have her? Like, that's the stuff I love because it's so entertaining. And like, I'm like, ooh, Liv's gonna come back and like beat some heads together. She's gonna be so mad when she gets back, and like, I love that. I'm surprised, I would say, I guess, of just the lack of veterans coming back. You would think Evolution, especially following the Evolution that we had seen in 2018, like there would be a more storytelling in the sense of these veterans that are still in ring shape, are still wrestling, are doing all these things, are still in the public eye, to come back in and scrap it up with these young talents. I mean, the fact that we're only seeing Nikki Bella and Trish Stratus, like I wish we could see more. But, you know, I know schedules and things are hard, but that's something that I was surprised of, that there's not as many like veterans and legends that we're going to see at Evolution. Cause I feel like this is the time to do it over any other show.
Yeah. I mean, there's one else is there? I mean,
right.
I mean, and you know,
Rumble's great. Showing up at the Rumble, you'll get a huge pop, and that's all awesome. But then when there's no follow up to that, and you're kind of just like, oh, okay. But Evolution is literally, the word evolution is about the evolution of women's pro wrestling and the people that have paved the way for these girls now. So like, I think you need to like, where's Mickie James? You know what I'm saying? Where are these girls? Where are these women that you think of when you say the greatest of all time or your Mount Rushmore of women's pro wrestling? We'll see a couple, and like the fact that they're not advertised, they're not even going. It's kind of something for me where I'm like, that's a little shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The first thing that I noticed that I'm kind of interested to see is the Charlotte and Alexa pairing.
Yeah.
They don't look on paper like they should match at all, and you know, obviously going back to NXT days, I'm very curious to see how that plays out. I don't know if it's it would be incredible if Charlotte kind of joined the dark side a little bit, went that way. But did you by any chance read Charlotte's article?
Yes, I was just gonna ask you.
Oh my gosh,
so
good,
unbelievable. And let me just say this, and I've said this, Charlotte Flair is the GOAT to me when it comes to women's pro wrestling. I think she's the greatest of all time, in my opinion, and in my era of how long I've been a fan.
It's hard to argue too, yeah.
I think I love everything about her. She's like, people ask me all the time, like, who's one of your dream guests on your podcast? I want to sit down with Charlotte Flair. She's like one that I know if we talked, it would be epic, because even just reading that, like the way she speaks about things, she's so like, she's just a dynamic like person that you see on screen. She's good at everything she does and what she deals with at the end of the day. Like, I don't understand the Charlotte Flair hate. I don't get it. And I think showing up to work every day, doing something you absolutely love, which by the way, you're phenomenal at, no matter who your parents are. I think like it's crazy to get that much hate all the time and like just show up and do your job. Like, people don't realize it's also a job and these are human beings. So for her to put out an article like that and really open up about things and talk in a real way, I just respect her so much. And she's just so good. Everything she's given, she's good at doing, in my opinion. You know, she's a heel, she's a babyface, she's a tag team, she's doing this. And people want to hate her, but it doesn't matter. She's Charlotte Flair. She's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, the GOAT. So it's like, yes, she's going to main event. Yes, she's going to win the Rumble. Get over it, because she's a name and she can do it all. Like,
and that's what the greatest do.
Yeah, that's what they do. She's someone you put in a ring with a guy. I'm like, that could be the next step for someone like her, because she's that good. You can say that about every female that we see on TV now. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, and it was you know, kind of the testament to it is she, you know, in the article she talked about that this wasn't her dream,
right? And
so for her to get to the level she has with something that didn't even really start out as a passion is just, you know, I in the past I've lumped on her. It was more about the booking. It had nothing to do with her.
Right.
You know, it was kind of a little bit of a Cena treatment for a while. It's just, you know, but I have never said anything about her performances, her promo. Like, she is in a different level. And so to see all this, like these reactions she's been getting this year has been really kind of offsetting a little bit. I understand like people are going to not like you, but like,
it's massive. Like, it's literally Charlotte Flair hate. It's just hate.
It is.
It's hate. And I was at the Rumble, and when she returned, people were excited she returned, and then she won, and then it was like a switch, all of a sudden, like, and at the time I said, I picked her to win. And I said, who else would have made sense to win? Like at that time, not one other girl in that ring made sense to win, in my opinion. And people were like, oh, this person could, and then you could do this and you could do that. And I go, but it's not true. Like you know, WWE is not building the stars in the way that they are hoping for, I'm guessing, or what they're thinking about doing. And I know it takes time, but she's a name, and she shows up to work and busts her ass every day. So maybe you're angry because she didn't have the passion right away and she was just good at it, and she happened to be naturally as good at it as she is and kick ass. And yes, her father is Ric Flair. I get it. It sucks. But like she gets more hate than I think a lot of other people who came into it from their parents. I think she gets the most hate for some reason. And I don't know if it's because she's a girl. I really don't know what it is.
I think the female has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
And it's upsetting to me because she's a real human being and she's dealing with things behind the scenes. She got injured and she came back like months earlier than projected because she was working so hard to come back. And she comes back to just be like booed out of the building. And I'm like, it's insane. Like it's crazy.
It's like the Nickelback effect. Like you just hate to hate, you know, and there's not a real reason. Yeah, I've been a fan for a long time.
The Nickelback song comes on at the bar, you're not singing it.
Right. I mean, you're you know, getting the rock fest going, you know.
That's a karaoke song.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, how about we try to, you know, look at each match and maybe predict and, you know, kind of see where we're at from there. I'll start with the NXT Women's Championship. So Jacy Jayne, she will have Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix ringside, per usual. They all look incredible. $1 Million Squad there against the juggernaut, Big Mama Pump, Jordynne Grace. Jordynne. She is so incredible.
Dude, love her.
What is your what have you thought of Jacy's title reign so far?
It's interesting because I remember when she won, it was like like everybody was like, what? Like crazy. I like moments like that where you don't see it coming way more than anything else. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You're trying to shock value it. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's put this on someone new. I always am for like putting it on someone new. Let's see what you can do. Right. Yeah. I like her. I think she's good in the ring. I like her whole look with the girls. I like all that stuff. But when it comes down to this match, I look at the bigger picture and I think Jordynne Grace is just the look you want with someone as a champion. Like, and I look at it in the bigger picture of like what's to come with TNA because the winner of that match is facing the TNA champion at Slammiversary. Yeah. And tell me that's not a poetic homecoming for Jordynne Grace to like show up at Slammiversary after having such a beautiful send-off when she was at TNA and her history there to go against Masha, who she's insanely close with and has had matches with. And like that, I just think will be emotional. And I think it would be huge for both companies. And so I want to see that happen. So maybe I'm selfish in that, but that's why I want Jordynne to win.
Well, and that would be the bigger match too. No offense to Jacy.
100%.
I mean, that's like you said, the story's already there. I have to say, I think Masha is, I said this during WrestleMania week and she replied in the tweet or something. So, but to me, she's the real world champion.
Yeah.
She is like the 70s fucking going to town.
Yeah.
I saw her 4 or 5 times during Mania week and she had that TNA belt every freaking stop of the way.
Yep.
No one is doing it like her at any level on any promotion across the globe. I mean, she is on a different level. Now, if she falls victim to this merger thing, that's going to be disappointed. I'd like to see her keep going as the champ, but
yeah.
I mean, when you got a Jordynne Grace, what are you going to do?
Right. I mean, but like, imagine the meaning behind it. Like, like when it comes to a match like that, I don't even know who I would root for because it would be so meaningful on both. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would really be.
That would be a first too.
Right. And the two of them have such history together and they have such respect for each other. And Masha, even just as a human being, is such a nice, well-respected person in the TNA locker room. And like everything she does, she's just a good person. So it's like, I'm excited to see this opportunity for her.
Yeah.
But like, I know her and Jordynne will just make it a banger of a match. And so maybe that's secretly why I wanted to. I just know it's going to tear the roof down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the way I'm leaning. the wild card obviously is the outside interference. To me, with the match following it lined up, the title versus title, I do think it's gonna be Jordynne. I mean,
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean if they're not gonna send her right to the main roster and put the rocket on her, she needs to be champ down here. You know what I mean? Like
I agree. I think if you're not going to throw her up on the main roster yet, which is also okay, I think there's time and place for everything when it makes sense. She will be there one day for sure. But like if it's not right now, why not make this partnership be even bigger and more meaningful by doing something like this, especially for the women's division. The knockouts division for TNA is so good, they're so good. And to keep doing these crossovers, but doing these crossovers with Jordynne as champion in NXT, who probably knows all these girls in the knockouts division like the back of her hand. Like those stories are just going to be those storylines. I just think those matches, I don't think you're going to see anything better than that in women's wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, Jordynne's one of those, she can have a banger with anybody. I mean, her matches with Deonna were just off the chart. I mean, just so unbelievable. Well, all right. Well, I think we agree on that one, so that's good. Now we
disagree. Fight it out.
Yeah, just I'll come to Jersey and we'll hash it out over some beers.
Oh man, pizza and bagel.
Pizzas, bagel, beer. We'll figure it out. Maybe get Janela involved. I don't know.
Oh God.
Meet on the boardwalk.
That'd be scary.
Yeah. All right. So the next title match we have is Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. I'll start with this one. I'm a little bummed just because I know Rhea's gonna win.
You think Rhea's gonna win?
Well, okay. So there just comes to a point where you have to beat that opponent. Like you can't go 0-50.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she hadn't beat her yet, so it's just, is she gonna take another loss to her?
Yeah.
Like I don't see that.
Right. This is my whole thing about and like I've been talking about this since WrestleMania, this whole thing with like Io and Rhea. Rhea is massive. Yeah. Like the chance for Rhea, everything she doesn't need to be champion at all. She doesn't need to, because every match she's
3% where she doesn't have to have it.
Right. She is a star. She shows up. The chants are there. The crowd's into it. They love her. But Io, they have done nothing since WrestleMania to emotionally invest me in Io Sky as champion.
And she was hot. She was like, people were responding.
That match at WrestleMania was one of the best matches of the entire
killer
2 nights.
Yeah, brought it
and
down.
You didn't think it was going to happen, and you were like, all right, I'm sold. But like and I said, like, I never got a video package on Io. I never got anything about her to like, why do I care? Is she a phenomenal wrestler in the ring? Yes, 1,000%. Her matches are great. Everything she does is awesome. But on the mic, she can't really cut a promo. There's a language barrier kind of, so she's not going to be that person. But like, I haven't seen her had a feud since Mania. I haven't seen her really defend the championship since Mania. But nothing really. They kind of cut some stuff of her, Nikki Bella talking backstage. And like, I think it was supposed to be Liv at Evolution with her. I think that was the plan, whatever. I don't know, rumors. So like, I get it. But, to just throw it again at Rhea for no reason. Right. And by the way, why are you a champion telling people you want to face them because they're the best? Like, you're the champion. Yeah. You should be like, whoever they give me, I'm going to face because I'm the best. Like, you're not going to pick your opponent. Like, I never understand that whole aspect. It kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's now come to the point where they have to make Rhea champion when she doesn't need to be. And I think this championship should be on someone that they're trying to build to like really make a star, because Rhea is a star and doesn't need it. But because they put it together so last minute, I don't know that they're going to put it on Rhea, because it's such a scrap together thing, kind of, where it's like, we're going to use Rhea for the excitement of the match.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great match because we've seen them in the ring together before and it's a great match. But like, I feel like if they give it to Rhea, the whole reign of Io has kind of been for nothing. And that would make me upset for her.
And, not all the fans have been watching since the Lucha Underground days. Right. So like she needs that extra, especially like you said, she can't easily vocalize the promos like everyone else. So she needs the help from creative.
I agree. I think if there's anyone that does, it's her. and it has nothing to do with her as a wrestler in the ring. No. Like she's so good, but it's
selling
like,
the package,
right? Why do I believe her to be the face of the company and the face of the women's division on Raw on Netflix every Monday night? You know what I'm saying? When I barely see her, like I forget that she's champion sometimes. She's not even in, like, when I think about women in the WWE, the first person that pops in my mind, and she's a champion, and that's not on her. You know what I mean? She's doing her job of what they tell her to do. But that's why I'm saying, like, I want Rhea to win because I think we need to start really revamping this shit up. And can I curse, by the way?
Oh yeah. I dropped an F-bomb all ago.
Oh, so, okay. I forget sometimes because if I go off, I'll go off. But but so like, I think she needs to lose, but I'm upset for her to lose because for her to look back at this reign, it's kind of just like, it was there and it came and went kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's almost like resume fodder. Just,
we
had the champ this time, whatever. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's just, it makes me sad for her if that were to happen. Yeah.
It was interesting that was the route they were going again. Because I mean, I put somebody else against the champ.
Mean, who would you have picked besides Rhea that would have made it feel like a big match? There's not really anybody.
No.
Unless you brought in a legend.
I was going to say, I was just thinking about Mickey or Lita. Lita could be cool because they both kind of fly.
That's what I'm saying. Like anything, like if you brought in a legend and made me care, I'd be like, okay, I get it. And then guess what? Io wins and she beat a veteran, a legend. It's like amazing for her.
Feather in the cap. Yep.
But like now, either way, I think it's a lose-lose, honestly, in like this match. And it sucks because I know it's going to be a banger of a match. So I know I'm going to love watching it, but like, I just know either way it goes, it's kind of like, I just know creative is sitting there kind of picking up the pieces right now about
it. They're in a corner, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
But,
well, I'm
going to say Io if you say Rhea, just because I think Io has to win.
Yeah. I agree 100% with what you said about Rhea. She doesn't need the belt. I mean, she, the temperature rises every time she goes to the, I mean, she doesn't need it. So I think because, they usually do like take backs, one person wins and the next one, and then they do a 2 out of 3 falls. So they have the same amount of pins. Like Io just has beaten her. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like if she loses again, at the very least, they have to explain why she's such a threat to Rhea, or explain why she is that threat, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good match for a good match's sake, I guess.
Listen, make it a good match, have Io win, and then Naomi comes out.
Oh, there we go. Now
with the briefcase and make it interesting. Like do something like that, and I'll be like, damn, okay, that's creative. Like have her lose to Jade. She's so pissed off that she lost. And you know what I mean? Io and Rhea go at it, give us a banger of a match. I don't even know. Make Rhea win then so that she just doesn't lose again. Whoever wins doesn't matter. Whoever wins doesn't matter. And then at the end, Bianca comes and like they're holding each other up there. They love each other, whatever. And then Bianca comes out and beats the shit out of someone and gets the title. Yeah. That I would sell me a little bit because now it's something different at least.
Right. And we're big Naomi fans over here. We got to interview her when she was the Knockouts champ.
Yeah.
And oh man, she's just incredible. And I'll have to look this up. If I remember right, I feel like she dropped the title to Natty on a random SmackDown.
Me?
Like
I don't know.
8 years ago or something. Yeah, like she became the women's champ when she came back with the glow thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like a random. Now, granted, we love Natalya too, obviously,
Of course, yeah.
But it was just such a random loss. Yeah. So I think she's overdue for like a proper, respected reign. Yeah, I mean, she's been there for ages, bro. She deserves the flowers,
100%. So you talk about someone who also. Speaking of TNA, went to TNA, did her thing there. You know what I mean? No doubt. And then they came back in. Like she's amazing, and she's she is a veteran. You could just tell in the locker room, like the women love her as well because like every time she does something, there's so much support, and like her thing about like she's funny on social media too.
Yeah.
Her thing about the OnlyFans and like she was like, oh, I'll manage your OnlyFans. Like maybe we do it this way or like whatever. Like I find that shit so funny because I'm like, that's how these women really probably are with each other. And like to see it play out and see that side of it. Like, I love that so much. So I'm into
when we were chatting with her, Jimmy had just got home and he walked through the door and he kind of popped in on the jet. It was kind of funny, but they're funny. They're hilarious in real life too, you know?
Oh my gosh. And I'm sure her and her husband together are like insane because they're ridiculous too.
And they were just at the BET Awards and they looked incredible on the red carpet. Oh my God.
Her gear lately has been ridiculous. Her and Jade, that match is going to be the best gear probably I've ever seen this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're going to go crazy.
The two of them, Jade looks like a freaking walking superhero. I like can't even deal with the fact that she's molded the way that she is. I watch her sometimes and I'm just like, how is she a real human being? And like I've met her in person and she's just so stunningly beautiful. You almost just like stare at her because you're like, are you a real person?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
I remember during the pandemic era and I was seeing her in the crowd before she signed. Like, who is that? Like you can't. A magnet. Yeah.
You drop your jaw when you see somebody like that. There's a few people in the world that you see in person and you're like, oh my God, like your presence is exactly what you would think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she's, you know, I know exactly why they signed her because she looks like that. I mean, it's just the total package.
Yes.
Well, let's dive into that match real quick.
Yeah.
So that is the no holds barred match. There's no stipulation on the Money in the Bank briefcase, so she's safe there. Where do you think Jade is in her development? Do you think she's like, is her position match her talent, or is she still, do you think there's still some greenness there? Or?
Yeah. I mean, listen, people give her a lot. She handles a lot of hate too. Cause people are like, oh, she's so green. Like when she does this and she does that. And like, I think she's already a million miles better than she was the first time we saw her. But like, she's there because of everything else about her, in my opinion. Like, and I think that's okay. Like, she wasn't signed because she's the most technically good wrestler that they've ever seen.
Correct.
She was signed because she works her ass off. Look at what she looks like. Look at her presence. Just think about like what the WWE can do with somebody like Jade. She's now the queen of the ring and she's doing all these things. Like, I remember her first when she showed up at the Rumble and just stood in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, like how many women do they come in and you sit back and you're like, holy shit, this is going to be somebody. Like, and that's who she is. And from everything I've heard and how she is, like, she works her ass off. She's at the PC, she's training, she's doing all these things. So like, is she Charlotte Flair? No. Like, but she's also not trying to be because everything she does is Jade. And like, you now know her. And I'm taken back by her every single time I see her on TV. Like, I really am. I don't think anybody's at that level of like, her presence and the energy she gives off is just, you're either born with that or you're not. And she has it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that makes people angry too, because she just naturally does have it without having to try, which is like one of those things.
Right.
But I just think seeing any women, and I think especially men or people that are fans don't think about the big picture. Like, I think about little girls watching and seeing different representation and different body types and different, she's a mother, she's a wife. Like, you think about those kinds of things. And I think these are all different ways to inspire young girls or women or people that want to be wrestlers and do these things and think like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. And Jade is another person representing somebody like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the match,
I think she's going to win too.
Yeah, I think because there's no stipulation on the briefcase, I say Jade winning it, and that'll kind of end it with Naomi.
Yeah,
and then if she
Naomi's
does,
going to steal the title from someone with her
exactly,
and then go on that, you know.
But that would be an incredible ending if she got beat by Jade and then finish the night as a champ.
You heard it here first.
Boom.
I don't know. I could see it.
Boom.
I could see it happening because she is on SmackDown, but we all know they kind of go on both shows whenever they want. So. Who knows? Yeah,
but you're right though. I mean, that offers so many possibilities of different matches and stories and stuff they could go with. And
we need some fresh blood, some new meat. Like in all these storylines, I think they're kind of like recycling and reusing some stuff. And there's so much talent. Like even in the tag team, like they put Natty and Maxine together, and I was so excited for it. And I was like, I would have loved to see them in that match. Like, you know, like I'm like they're kind of introducing it. I love Maxine. I think she is like a gem on Raw. Like I really do. Her gear is amazing.
She works her ass off too.
She works her ass off. She's beautiful. Her personality is great. Her reactions to things, like I love her. So I'm like, I really understand why they're investing in her. And like, I think her and Natty are a phenomenal pair together. So I'm really hoping they kind of put some more rockets on that, because I think there's something there. Yeah.
When they debuted the rose gold, the matching gear, I was just like, whoa! So like good. It was just so good.
So good.
I like that idea of the vet and the little bit more inexperienced. Yeah. And then that could lead to a blow off, of course. Get that down the road. But I mean, you know, Natalya's gotten so much positive goodwill and finally getting her flowers this year.
Yep.
I mean, why not put the tag titles on? I mean, like, when was the last time the women's tag titles were defended?
Right. And like, that's the thing too, is like, so they're on it was handed to Roxanne because of everything that happened, whatever, with Raquel. But then even when Liv went to shoot her movie for those few weeks, I was like, they did nothing with the tag titles. They just kept it on them. And I'm like, why can't we showcase 4 more women now out in a match together? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put these tag titles on teams. I think the beauty of tag teams is kind of not shining as much as I think it can be right now. Like, that's why I love the New Day, because they, to me, are a true tag team. You know what I mean? Like the two, and by the way, they're so fucking hilarious when they're in the morning on Monday night.
I lost it.
I love them so much. Like, I love that kind of stuff. And I think that there's a lot more options when it comes to the men's division, when it comes to tag teams, than women. I think when they're like, oh, we like her, so we're going to pair these two together and let's see what happens. Like, I don't mind that happening, but like, when you do it now, put some, stuff behind it and give them some matches so I can really believe in them as a team, So I hope they give that some time, because I think that would be great. And I was excited when it happened. And Natty's just phenomenal. Everything she does, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's unbelievable.
I mean, she's been consistent, 15 years now?
And now she's doing the stuff with Evolved. You know what I mean? She's doing all this other stuff. She's everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's working her ass off. She has a school with, TJ. They do all this stuff with everybody. Like, everything she does is to make the business better and make the women better. Yeah. And like, how do you not love somebody like that? And she's still on TV every single week working her ass off. So it's like, you can't, there's nobody really doing it like her right now.
Yeah. I mean, the nickname of best of all time, I mean, she could be in the conversation, top 5 probably.
She'd be on my Mount Rushmore for sure.
Yeah, I mean, she's just unbelievable. So fingers crossed we see them tagging on the TV screen soon. Okay, so let's move over to we can do the Fatal 4-Way. The Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So Ruca and is it Zaria?
I think so.
Or is that? I don't know what else.
You can't pronounce it. They're probably not going to win. No.
Yeah. And the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Carrie. Now, Carrie Sane. See, I'm more of a Carrie Sane fan than I am an Io Sky fan.
Interesting. Okay.
No, it's just.
I'm a huge Asuka fan, so I'm a big Asuka girl.
Yeah, like
huge.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put her on a Mount Rushmore of all time, but I say in the last 10 years, she's in the top 5 of the best women on that roster.
100%. Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So these 4-ways, they can be fun, but they can be chaotic.
Yes. I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous, honestly. Yeah.
We mentioned, I think I mentioned before we started, the Charlotte Flair and Alexa pairing is really interesting to me. They personality wise on TV, they just look polar
stature wise. It's just
stature wise too. Yeah. Some of the angles they've been doing of her kind of looking up and stuff
so
is really good.
It looks like mom and daughter. It was
So my thing is I don't know if it's going to be one of those where Alexa corporifies and kind of gets more like Charlotte, or Charlotte kind of gets more dark sidey with her. And I'm more of a fan of Charlotte going dark side.
Yeah.
Just because like we said, just gives your character a different flavor. She's never really done anything like this. So maybe spread the wings a little bit. So so what are your thoughts on the match? Are you happy, sad, indifferent?
I'm so happy. No, I mean, so I'm actually I don't have a clear choice when it comes to this, because I think it was definitely going to be very differently. because I personally believed the minute I saw Nikki Bella walk out there, I was like, oh, the Bellas are challenging Liv and Raquel for the tag titles. And that would have been
awesome.
Fucking awesome. And like, so I put myself at that standard. So now it's like, oh, okay, we're going to get this. And a lot of the people in the match I love Charlotte, obviously. I am a huge Sol Ruca fan, like massive. I think she is one of the most unique and
her skill set is incredible.
Absurd. I love her look. I love that she's like a surfer. She's like cool, but she's hot and she's like so tough. Like, I don't want her in a tag team because I love everything she does. Like,
right.
She's going to be, I think, someone from NXT that we're like, if you don't have your eye on her right now, keep your eye on her because she's someone that we're going to be talking about in like 5 years at like the level of Rhea Ripley from when we saw Rhea as champion in NXT. Like, that's the level I see her, someone like her going to, because she's just insanely good.
Yeah.
So like, I don't see them winning, but like, I don't even care because I want Sol to do her own thing and then come to the main roster and just fuck shit up. But I think it would be, so like, if they're trying to keep the storyline with the Judgment Day, then I think Roxanne and Raquel have to win because there has to be a reason for Liv to be angry when she comes back. I also think with, Dom having a title and the other two, Finn or whatever, like,
yeah, we can call them the other two. It's fine. The other two,
the other two, whatever, they're bad. Finn is so bad. You know how he is, but, JD, but
big head.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I think to keep the Judgment Day where they are and like as strong as they are, they all have to have titles because I think that's the point. And if they lose, they're going to blame Roxanne for losing, and then there's going to be they're going to be like, we should have known you stink, and like we love Liv. So like, I think they have to keep the titles because then when Liv comes back, they can be like, we've been doing so good without you, kind of thing, and then Liv is going to break away. So I think they're going to win by principle of storyline, but I think the Kabuki Warriors winning would make it much more fun to watch every single week because
that's what I'm hoping.
I really hope so. And like with Asuka making the return back, I think she needs to be back carrying a title. And like the two of them together are so much fun. And like they have chemistry together in the ring. And it's just, they come on screen and they're just like crazy and saying shit.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, like I enjoy it because you're not my champion every week coming out, cutting a promo.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you come out and just say a bunch of crazy shit and the girls like react to you, I love that. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah. Yeah. You just do that and then you just whoop ass.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I would love to see them win because I think it would be great for TV, but I don't see it making sense for Roxanne Raquel to lose when we talk about the storyline with Liv. So that's my take.
Yeah. I think I'm exactly with you on that. I think, to me, the Kabuki Warriors are more of a real tag team. Like they're going to actually, they're not involved with storyline and they don't have any of the drama. Like they're just going to go have matches. And so I agree with you. I think from a TV standpoint, you're going to see them defended more frequently. But typically a 4-way or a 3-way is so someone else could get the pin. And, I could see them. I think Judgment Day makes the most sense because like you said, they need something for when Liv comes back. And I just think,
and Roxanne's got to be the one to like make the pin in my, like it has to be her or something has to happen where like something happens to Raquel, but Roxanne like wins it for them because Raquel needs to start to trust Roxanne so that there's some rockiness when it comes to her and Liv's relationship. Us girls we're weird like that,
Yeah. No comment. No, just kidding. The only other thing I could see it would be, kind of a, it story-wise, it makes sense. And then, they kind of have something to fall back on. But if Finn came out there to help, and he accidentally helped someone else win the titles.
See, I don't know. Finn loves Roxanne too much. They're forming that like, Finn's trying to be the leader of the group, and that's why he's loving this, and he's wanting Liv out. So if he did do something like that, I would be surprised because he's kind of getting everything that he wants right now.
That's true.
So it would be interesting to see the flopness of it because really the only one who has Liv's back right now is Dom. He's just not really strong enough to stand up for himself because he's dirty Dom.
Yeah. He's getting some babyface cheers though.
Dude, it's insane. People love him. I love him. I do. It's crazy how fast it turns. And I think about this all the time when I'm like, I always ask them when I see them, I'm like, when were you not a heel anymore? Like when he was getting the loudest boos ever. Like, people couldn't talk on the mic.
Historic.
And now he's getting like cheered. And it's like, when does that change? Like, when do you change being the heel that everybody hates to being like a lovable heel, you know? And I'm like, how do you change what you're doing for it? Because I don't think he's changed anything he's doing, but it's like, even Liv is so loved, even though she took over the Judgment Day, took Rhea's man, like the whole thing. They were the bad guys at the end of the day. And now like they're so loved. It's like crazy how the fandom changes.
Yeah, it is. We had Dom on, and we were talking about he loves Hattie B's hot chicken.
Him and his freaking chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So
child.
Yeah, par for the course there. Well, yeah, I think this will be a worst case scenario. At least these 8 individuals get a chance to shine and do some crazy stuff. So I think it'll be solid. I mean, I think all of them are talented enough to make something memorable for sure.
Right.
So,
it'll be fun for sure to watch. Stuff like that where there's that many people, it's always fun because it's kind of chaotic and I kind of like chaos. So
yeah. That must be an East Coast thing, I think.
It's 100%. Or it's just a Gabby thing. My show is Gabby AF, which is chaotic enough, you know.
Yeah. Well, hey man, if the shoe fits, you know.
I know, right?
All right. So we also have a battle royal. We have a couple confirms. I don't
NXT girls were they announced last
Stephanie
night.
Vacour, Ivy Now, Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Natalya, Maxine Dupree, Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Lash Legend, Easy Dame, Tatum Paxley, Zelina Vega, Julia, Candice LeRae. I think Zelina Vega was the wild one because she showed up at NXT.
Yes, she did.
So that was So are you a fan of battle royals?
I am. I like it. Like I said, if you talk about chaos, like I'm a fan because of the chaos.
That's what it is, yeah.
Because like it's I like looking. I also like to watch it, and then I like to look back too, and then rewatch things that like I wasn't paying attention to the first time because something's always happening.
Yep.
So I kind of love that aspect. And when you throw in like entertaining people like Chelsea Green, who I believe is in it, who's literally my favorite person to watch on TV every single week. I said, like, I don't even want her in the battle royale. Give me Chelsea Green doing like a 10-minute segment with just anybody on for Evolution. And it would be my favorite part of the whole show. Because I don't understand how that girl is not on every single thing doing something. Because
I think maximizes every minute.
Maximizes every minute. She's incredible what she does. She's so damn entertaining. Everything she touches turns to gold. Like, I just love her, and she is phenomenal at everything. So,
and she's gung ho. She's gung ho for all this stuff. I mean, I
think the biggest miss was that we didn't have anything Chelsea Green at WrestleMania this year. That to me was the biggest miss of everything.
Yeah,
but whatever. I can't. Everyone knows I love Chelsea, but so like secretly, I want her to win because listen, I think it would be hilarious just her coming out like I won this because her being on my screen is the greatest time every time I watch it.
Yeah.
But you know, now with Nikki Bella coming out talking about how this isn't just a one-time thing and she really wants storyline, she wants to do these things. Like, I think you kind of have to have Nikki Bella win because she's a star, and like she was on the Today Show, she was on Mark and Kelly, she's doing like all these things. She has a podcast with her sister. She is a mainstream star. You know what I mean? Like that is someone everybody knows. Having her back in the fold every single week, especially when you have things on Netflix, you have SummerSlam coming up, all these things like. It only helps the women's division. It only helps, you know, she still looks the part. She looks literally the same age that she looked 10 years ago. I don't know what she's doing. You know, she can still go in the ring from what she's been saying, you know. So I think it makes sense to keep her around for the next few months. So what better way to start than for her to win it, you know? But I hope it's entertaining.
Yeah. Well, and I think the potential for the match in Paris is kind of, you know, in the background there. I could see, you know, that's a big one. I mean, I definitely could see them putting it on her. You know, we don't have all the participants yet, so we're kind of guessing here, so to speak. But I guess it depends on who's the champ afterwards, because then it would depend on who would, you know, match up, I guess. But like for me, like if Naomi won, then I would like to see her go against like Jada Parker.
Or like I love Lola Vice. Like I'm a
she's incredible too.
I can't wait for her to come up on the main roster because like
she's got the look too, man.
Her look is insane. Like,
I know.
Insane. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's so hot. But like I love it. And I just want someone to give her shit for like because I stay on social media too and I get in all the gossip and her posting with like Damian Priest and stuff. Like have someone throw that at the promo at her and like have her come back because she's got like the sass for it. She's Latin. She's just like she's so good. So like and she works her ass off. I remember we had her on Busted Open when she just first started with NXT and she was like a fighter before she got into pro wrestling. And she was the kindest, most graceful, humble girl, like just so happy to be there and was like, I can't wait to learn and like do all these things. Like when you meet them like that and to like see what they become now, those are girls that I'm like, I love to see shine because I'm like, they deserve it because they know what an opportunity they have and they're working for it every minute. Yeah. So I'm but Jada too. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if we get any of the 4 champs, really, I think any of those would have a banger match with any of them. I mean, Nikki and Rhea is very interesting for some reason. Like,
I know.
And to have that in Paris, that would be insane.
And that's one of those, if you build the story right, it's not just throwing in, you know, the veteran with her. Like, it really makes it a believable, emotional story where you're going to want to see. And like, that's something where it's like, okay, you have a massive star right now, but you have someone who paved the way. So it's like, let's put pen to paper and let's make this make sense. And yeah, to see that would, oh my God, could you imagine that you could sell out in 2 seconds? I would pay for that. I would put money for that match.
Yeah. I mean, there's still calls for Total Divas to come back, you know,
Total Divas needs to come back.
It's long overdue. I mean, reality TV has never been hotter right now.
I don't understand how they haven't made it come back. And like, I didn't know anything about pro wrestling when I got my first job 7 years ago. I knew nothing. And they said, do you know pro wrestling? I said, no, but I watched Total Divas. So I know I like this person. They're like, okay, that was me being introduced to pro wrestling. And you do that now with like the women we have now, like, oh my God, give me Chelsea Green. You know what I'm saying? Give me Natty now compared to who she was on Total Divas that time ago. Maxine would be phenomenal on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these girls, and it opens up to such a bigger fan base because reality TV dominates everything. Like, it would be so good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those where I didn't watch it religiously, obviously. But I mean, it was solid. I mean, and that introduced that group of girls to places they never would have before. I mean, it really was pretty groundbreaking, I guess.
It was.
It really was.
And, you know, they have these shows, like, I know that show Unreal is coming out and, like, you know, people are, like, not happy about it because it's going to be behind the scenes like that. Like, that's where I'm like, why aren't you doing the shows like Total Divas where it's behind the scenes, but it's behind the scenes of, like, the talent of them checking out for the day and coming home and seeing how they live their everyday lives? Because even on my show, like, that's when I interview people, like talent especially, I'm like, I want to know them as a person, not just who they are in pro wrestling, because there's a reason they became wrestlers. It's one of the craziest jobs to have in your life. It's one of the most time consuming. Like, these people literally are on flights every single day, maybe see their significant others if they're not wrestlers, like 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? You live your life and it's crazy and you have to work your ass off, your diet, you have to do all these things and you're in the public eye and you deal with a lot of trolls on social media. And it's like, how do you turn that off when you go home every day? I want to see that side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the stuff that I think a lot of people want to see. So I don't know how Total Divas has not come back, but I'm like begging for that to happen.
Yeah. And I mean, especially when you consider how the age group that you have 19-year-olds in NXT and you have some, you know, Nikki,
NXT in and of itself would give Love Island a run for its money. If you gave NXT its own show, it would be better than Love Island. And people are upset with Love Island. Like, that to me, like, listen, I was in college once. I get it. It's amazing. I'm jealous actually because I'm old now. But like, that has to be, I want to know what goes on there behind closed doors, because you know that shit's crazy. They're all dating each other, but you can't even blame them. They're all hot. They're all young. They're all insanely talented. They're all athletes. It's like they're living their dreams and they're just happy to be there.
Yeah. And then, you know, seeing the friend groups outside. And then, like you said, I mean, that's where the dynamics are, and just seeing them cut up and do dumb TikTok videos and crap.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Imagine like they would all become influencers. Like, it's just like, and they're at an age where they're in NXT. So they're at the beginning of everything. They're only evolving their characters and their work and what they're doing. So they're not at a point where they know so much and it's kind of like, oh, this is who I am. And like, blah, blah. Like, no, they're going to be evolving. Evolution, aka evolving themselves. So it's like to see on the show. And then like in 5 years, they can look back and be like, oh my God, I was so young on that show doing it. And like, now this is who I am. Like, I just think shit like that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue.
Should do it.
And there for a while when the WWE app was up, I mean, they were putting out incredible documentaries.
Oh my God.
I mean, just some of those were like almost award-winning quality, and they still put some stuff out, but it's not the same as it was.
But I learned so much about pro wrestling watching WWE documentaries, honestly, because like I said, I didn't grow up watching wrestling. So I was like, I would watch them and then have to work the shows and stuff, and I'd be like, wow. This guy was crazy, or like, what an insane time to be a fan at this time. Because like, how could they get away with that shit? They can never do it now. Like, it blows my mind to watch old school wrestling, honestly, and see like what these guys went through. Yeah.
I grew up on Memphis wrestling. I'm from West Tennessee. And so to me, I was never a huge WWE fan. It kind of went Memphis wrestling, and then I kind of got into like NWA, and then I graduated to WCW. But in Memphis, the mentality was make people believe the fight is real. That was it.
Yeah.
And so, the women that I saw wrestling growing up were in the South, we call them hussies. I mean, they were just bad women that would just get in there,
Right.
And so like, that's the kind of, I like the realism to it.
Yeah.
And so seeing people like Lola Vice, who actually has fight experience.
Right. Exactly.
Carmen, I think, is a martial artist as well.
Oh my God. She's ridiculous too.
I can't say her last name. Petrovic, I think. Yeah. Close. So I think it's a perfect time for that. Maybe you and I can start the campaign to bring it back.
I'll do it. And then I want to be, when it's the big reunion with all the girls at the end of the season, I want to be
host
for that. Oh, that's like my dream job.
Need it.
I'm so good at it too.
That's incredible. Well, we're throwing it out in the universe. Who knows?
Yeah. Manifest it.
Yeah. Well, I think the Battle Royal is going to be fun. We talked about that. So we have 2 matches left. We have the triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental champion Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria.
Okay.
Who do you think's shining in this feud right now?
Bayley.
Okay.
I think Bayley. I've said this from the beginning. I say justice for Bayley all the time because I absolutely love Bayley. I think this story going in, and I tweeted this and I've said this, I think this should be the main event. I think this has the most emotion in it. I think this makes the most sense. It's the most they've put into any of the matches coming up on the card. I think Bayley has the most in the sense of what happened to her. She should be as angry as she is. Everything she's saying is making sense. Lyra is coming in and she's all mad at Bayley for like not answering text messages. But like in girl world, I was down and out and you dropped me quick for the next one and you were happy about it. So I would say like, fuck you too. And I'd be just as mad as Bayley. Like you have no right to be mad at me. You dropped me the second I wasn't available anymore. And like, it wasn't your fault. You didn't know it happened, but you were real happy to hold up Becky's hand at the end of it and be like, oh, Becky Lynch, and then she turned
Lyra 2 belts, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I think that Bayley should win because I think she has the most to gain. And I think for some reason, when it comes to Bayley in the WWE, it's not her because I love her. I love her look. She's insanely talented. She's one of the 4 horsemen. She's phenomenal. I need to see her and Becky just feud. I like the 2 of them. I don't really want the distraction of Lyra. I think Lyra has gotten a million times better being in a program with these 2 women, which is a huge positive. I saw some of Lyra's best work in general from what's been going on with Becky. But I think it's Bayley's time to like finally come out on top because I think she has the most to prove. Yeah. Not prove, but like show up and be like, I'm wiping the floor with you bitches because she should be.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I really appreciated what Charlotte said about them. And
yes.
That was just so good. And, we know about all the turmoil obviously and stuff, but it's still good to see that's that's there deep down and stuff. So, yeah, I agree with you about Lyra. It seems like to me, especially after this past Monday, but over the last 2 to 3 weeks, I'm finally kind of seeing her. I'm finally kind of like getting it.
Yeah.
And, I don't think everyone has to have like a shed the image, I'm a badass now kind of a deal, but maybe she just needed a little bit more of an edge to her to kind of bring that out.
Show the passion, do all that. But like, if you give me Bayley, Becky at SummerSlam, that's all you know what I'm saying? Like build up this storyline, do something like this, because unfortunately, I think and I'm not even like the biggest Becky person where I'm like, oh my God, Becky's back. Like I love Becky Lynch, everything she's done, but her coming back is a sign that we need these powerhouses. We need the Charlotte Flairs. We need the Becky Lynches. We need the Baileys. We need the Asukas, because it only makes everybody around them better being in the programs with these women. And I know they're doing it for that reason. But I think with the injuries we have, Bianca, Liv, all these big girls that aren't present right now, especially with SummerSlam coming up in these big shows, like you kind of need to rely on them a little bit, because that, like you need to sell tickets and you need to get people excited. You say Bayley, Becky Lynch, it's two of the biggest women in the entire company.
Yeah,
so
the story's there.
The story's there, and now I think there's always this crossover. My dream is still, I think the biggest match to ever come, and I think it will happen, is going to be Charlotte Becky. I think that's going to come back at some point, because that's the friendship to me, the broken friendship or whatever it is. Tattered, that has the most emotion. It doesn't even need a title, but like give me that grudge match. And I don't think we'll ever see a better women's match in like the history of WWE. It'll be one of the best we've ever seen. Do you think we'll ever get the 4 horsewomen match? I mean, it's hard to say, because one of the 4 horsewomen is not with the company. I do see it coming. I really do. I'm hopeful that it will happen one day and it'll be historic. Not anytime soon, obviously, whenever the contract's up or whatever, but I don't think any of these girls close the door on anything to ever happen. And Mercedes has said it, you know what I mean? Like the door's never closed. It is what it is. A lot of people have left and come back. It happens. You know what I mean? Cody, we're seeing it. The crowd, so you never know. I think right place, right time, right money, right contracts, business, whatever. But that would be maybe at Evolution 4 or something. Down the road. That would have a main event, like an Evolution or something like that. Yeah, I agree. I think that potentially could be the biggest match of all time. 100%. Yes. So we'll move on to the main event. Well, we don't know for sure. When I was looking at this the card again, I mean, it feels like the Intercontinental needs to be like. I agree. I mean, I'm just looking at it and it just. I hope it is. Yeah, it's just something is just feeling weird. No, it's. I think what the match you're talking about right now is going to main event, but Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. I think it's either that or Rhea and Io. Yeah. But I think in the sense of like Trish is the legend of the night. Yeah. That they will, out of respect, make it the main event, I guess. Even though I have no idea why these two women are fighting each other. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So to start with this, I'm gonna quote one of your old buddies here, Mr. Bully Ray. He said Charlotte Flair should have defeated Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. Agreed. They said that it didn't move. It hasn't moved her career going forward. And they said, he says, why should I care about Tiffany Stratton? What about Tiffany Stratton makes me care? What does she do? What does she say? What type of emotional investment should I have in Tiffany Stratton? This is why I say WWE is becoming like a fast food chain. Fast food chain. That's actually funny because I say that all the time. Yeah. I always say that I say that WWE is McDonald's. They are. And like AEW is like, I mean, I don't know. I guess Chick-fil-A, but like, I don't know. The second biggest to me is like Burger King, I guess, just from like nostalgia. So I would say like Burger King, but like it is WWE is McDonald's and that's what it is. And you just know what you're getting. Yeah. I guess. So like, I don't disagree with him, but I do think it's unfair to say, I hate when people say it in like the name of the talent to be like, why do I care about Tiffany Stratton? Or like, what does Tiffany Stratton give me? Because it's not Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is like when she was first on the main roster, she was so over. Her look, she's insane in the ring. She works her ass off. Like she's got like everything about her was so good. And it's not her fault as Tiffany Stratton, what's been going on since WrestleMania. I think I agree on the sense of like, I literally forget she's champion sometimes because since WrestleMania, I can't tell you one good feud that she's had where I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I said I think Charlotte should have won at WrestleMania. And I think that a lot of people hated me for saying that because they were like, well, she shouldn't have won the Rumble. She just showed up, like, because they hate Charlotte so much. But you give me Charlotte Rhea, you give me Charlotte Bianca, you give me Charlotte with any of these girls, and it's a money match. Tiffany has not gotten to that point yet where it could be Tiffany Stratton against, you know.
The name doesn't carry it alone.
Right. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean it won't one day. You know what I mean? She's great at what she does, and she's very good. But they're not setting her up to hit it out of the park in that sense yet. And that's not her fault. You know, they kind of recycled the Nia storyline with her and like all these kind of things. Like, I don't think they really know the direction they're going with it.
That's when I thought they were in trouble. I was like, Nia again? Like, we just got out of this feud.
And my thing was too, is like, even her whole feud with Charlotte, she kind of healed Charlotte in the sense where I was like, but she's the champion. Like, why isn't she like making people love her? I like, it was like two girls going back at it that were healing each other. And then I was like, but the champion should be confident and doesn't have to go low if they don't have to. So like, that whole thing kind of turned it off for me. And then they, you know, it's unfortunate because I really do like her a lot and I think she's great, but like her beating Trish will be a great notch on her belt if it's a good match and she beats Trish. But like, people are questioning if Trish is going to win because they need to switch shit up right now.
Yeah.
Not going the way they like. SmackDown has been very hard. The promos and the women like coming at it. Like, I just really, it's been difficult for sure.
Yeah. There's been a, almost like a consistent, offness.
Yeah.
With the product. And, you know, I think we got, you know, maybe 22 to WrestleMania last year. I think we just got spoiled.
Yeah.
For what all was happening during that time period.
Definitely.
You know, they're not going to recapture every WrestleMania year in spirit, and I get all that. But like this Mania just didn't even feel like a Mania to me.
I know.
I don't know why.
While I was there and I said it.
Yeah.
And
I was there. I didn't go to Mania though.
I didn't like Vegas, and it's at Vegas again, which pisses me off because I hated Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to go to New Orleans.
I know.
And I'm like, Vegas again. Like, the whole specialness of Mania is that it's like the Super Bowl where it's in a new city every year to me. So that's a whole different story. But yeah, it didn't feel like WrestleMania. It didn't at all, which is sad because last year was so fucking good.
Yeah. My co-host Battle, he flew out for it, and I was still kind of anti WWE. Like, it wasn't anti. I got to the point where I was just basically like, I'm not supporting Vince McMahon anymore.
Right.
And it came after it was him and Triple H and Stephanie were in the ring. It was like 2017, 2018. They're like, changes are coming. We're listening to you. We're listening to the fans. And it got a bump in the ratings, and then nothing changed.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I just kind of like, so I did not watch from about 2019 until
interesting.
That's
when I started watching. Isn't that
crazy? So I picked it back up when Cody lost to Roman the first time, that Mania. I kind of was like, well, this is a storybook ending. He's going to win it in Hollywood and all that. And then when that didn't happen, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So that kind of got me back into it. But
Philly was awesome.
Yeah.
Philly was my favorite WrestleMania that I have watched.
So my first Mania was in New Orleans. I went to the one in 2018, which was awful.
Wait, can I tell you that was my first?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Because that, I remember it. I worked, that was my first week with Busted Open, was that Mania. Or
nice.
Month. So they were in New Orleans, and I was back in the studio, and I just heard the madness, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, this is pro wrestling. And I was like, I'm going to start watching this because this is crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah. So I always say that when people say New Orleans is their favorite, but continue.
Yeah. Well, I did not have the best time, unfortunately. I saw a lot of great indie wrestling. I saw, 50 shows around the area. It was wild because like the event of that weekend was the NXT show. And that ladder match was incredible. Like Adam Cole, Ricochet, but then like all the other people that aren't there anymore, Lars Sullivan, and
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just a wild one. But the Gargano and Ciampa match, the headline was just unbelievable. But then Mania was kind of a drag. Like Asuka lost to Charlotte, which I think was the bad call. Shinsuke lost to AJ, which I thought was the wrong call.
Shinsuke.
Brock beat Roman, and no one even wanted the match. That's the one where he threw the belt at Vince after the show. Yeah. So, anyways, so we're rambling a little bit.
Right.
So I just think it's a little disingenuous to, continue to have record high pricing while also bragging about record high profits and all this. And it's like, how many thousands of people are no longer able to attend these shows anymore?
SummerSlam's like insane. The ticket prices came out. People were like, "Are you out of your mind?" When we don't even have matches announced, you don't even have anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's insane to me. Yeah. And by the way, it's at MetLife. Yeah. Okay, I live here. I don't even like MetLife. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pain in the ass to get in and out of. Like, you don't, and like, I feel bad for people coming here for it, because I'm like, do they stay in New Jersey or do they stay in New York City? Because it's like, there's nothing to do around MetLife Stadium where that is in Jersey. There's nothing to do. So like, yeah, go to New York City. And then you're spending so much money because it's New York City, but at least you have things to do. Like, right. I live here, so like, I don't have to worry about that. But like, it's a weird location too, like, to be spending so much money to go to a show. I'd rather just watch it and drink by myself.
Yeah. That's what I did at Mania. My condo, or the suite I had, it had automatic window things. And then that doubled as they had a projector in there. That's so I watched that on like a 200-foot screen window, and watched, ordered some wings and stuff. So, but, yes. So I think, if I had a question for Triple H, that would be it. Like, who is this product for right now?
Right.
Like who is able to afford this? But anyways, we don't make those decisions.
We do not. We just talk about it.
Yeah. We just yap about it.
We gab.
Oh, I like that. That's on brand. On brand. I like that. Well, do you have any final thoughts on Trish and Tiffany? I think Trish has looked good in her comebacks. Becky and stuff. I mean,
she'll be great. Listen, she's a pro. She's a legend. She's going to do awesome. She looks phenomenal for her. Like, these women like age backwards, and it pisses me off because I'm not going to look like as good as her when I'm that age. But so like, it's always exciting to bring them back. I just think I wish there was more in that sense. And maybe that's just me. I live in that sense of like, I love seeing the women come back, and like it doesn't feel like they're all coming in like support of one another. It doesn't feel as big as the last Evolution. I wish agree. Stephanie was a part of it, because I think it would have been better. Mm-hmm. I think it would have really been a lot different if she was a part of it, because of how well loved she is and how good she is at what she does. So I think that's a big miss too. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I'm going to 100% watch it and support it, and love the fact that I'm seeing all these amazing women on TV doing a whole show, because they could do whatever they want, because that's how deep and talented the roster is. So it'll be exciting to see. And I'm sure it's going to be a much better show than we even anticipate, because we're dissecting, but I'm excited for it. And I think it's going to be great. If Trish wins, it'll be interesting. I wouldn't hate it. I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. I mean, if you'd have told me earlier this year that John Cena was going to be world champ this year, I'd be like, right. Come on. Are you serious?
I hope Cody kicks his ass.
Yeah. But Trish makes sense to me. I mean, let her have another run. Like, win it now, drop it at SummerSlam,
and then have Naomi beat the shit out of her at the end too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Either way, I would take Naomi cashing in on somebody.
Right. I mean, because I could see, like, so say Trish wins, then she goes to Paris with Nikki. That's an interesting match.
Why not? And
then have her fly back and drop to whoever.
She can't be doing matches every single week, but like, if they're big, like Cena's not doing matches every week. Io's not even doing matches every week. So if you're gonna really talk about it, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, oh, Trish can't perform and be on TV every week. I'm like, why not? She could be on TV every week. Okay. If she doesn't have like something else going on, and not every champion, unfortunately, is defending their title every week. We don't see that from anybody, really.
No. Moxley's got his in a damn briefcase.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think we've wrapped this up. I think this was a good chat. I like dissecting cards and stuff like that. And so I say I'm a convert in the sense that I had stopped wrestling, and then when I started back up, it was the Attitude Era. So Deborah and Sable. I mean, that was happening when I was maturing and stuff. So I like those panty and bra matches. I like that stuff. But realizing that it was at the cost of sexualizing the woman and demeaning them and treating them less than a human and all that, like you kind of realize like, oh shit, they're humans too. So so it's just more of a kind of a, reconditioning my brain and just looking at it from an artistic standpoint. And now I go back and like, even, did you watch the documentary on Netflix about the All Japan women's? It was a dump. I can't remember her name. It's about a 5 or 6 episode thing. You need to watch it. It is incredible.
I will. I need new stuff to watch anyway.
Oh, it is so good. It's the person that was with Bull Nakano before she came over. So she's in the series too, but it's really the person before her.
That's amazing.
But yeah, just looking at it from that standpoint.
Watch it.
Yeah, but looking at it from that standpoint and not of a sexual standpoint, I guess, for lack of a better term, that's the whole difference. I mean, these women are killing it every week, just like men are,
Well, and I think we've come in so many ways. We haven't come far, but in so many ways we have come so far in the sense of like, like we mentioned the Rhea Ripleys, the Jordynne Graces, like different women, like different looks of women when you look on TV. Like Rhea Ripley's a badass, you know what I mean? She's got black lipstick and she's got dark whatever, but like that's her personality. Jordynne Grace was like a bodybuilder, you know what I mean? She's a juggernaut, like she's so strong. And it's incredible for women to be able to look and see representation of women that aren't just the bikinis and those certain types of beauty standards that we see when we're on social media every single day. So like that in the bigger picture of things, like we have come far. And listen, I know they still deal with a lot of trolls and negativity as women. I deal with it. I'm not even a freaking top talent and I still get it all the time because unfortunately that's the world we live in, where as a woman, especially, you get sexualized and talked about and your looks matter very much. But you can make it a positive where girls that do look different or are built differently or are strong can look up to these women and say, wow, they did that. I want to be like them. And that's something that wasn't around at that time when they're only seeing hot girls in bikinis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we have come far in that. There's always much farther to go when it comes to women in sports. Yeah.
Well, I think we're on the right track. I mean, it seems that especially like the growth of WNBA over the last couple of years.
Don't even get me started. I'm so angry right now. When it comes to WNBA,
is it your liberty?
This is my thing. No company, no organization shoots themselves in the foot more than the WNBA. And you can't tell me I'm wrong. You have Caitlin fucking Clark, okay, who is the reason people are even talking about this. I played basketball my whole life, by the way. I love basketball, okay? I played basketball forever. I maybe could have been in the WNBA one day. Who knows? But
I don't doubt that.
Like, I was very good. But no one ever cared about women's basketball. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean there wasn't talent there. It doesn't mean those women weren't amazing. But Caitlin Clark made WNBA mainstream. Look at what she has done for the game. But the league and the girls hate her so much. And it's unfortunately the worst stereotype of women ever, that we're all so jealous of each other. We try to cut the best ones down.
Right.
Because it literally plays into that. Like they voted her like 9th best guard in the league. You know what I'm talking about? She just gets annihilated every fucking game, gets knocked over. And now the women are like, it's not just Caitlin Clark, it's all of us. It's not. It's not all of you, because when she's not playing, when she's hurt, sales aren't even close to anything. And like Angel Reese being the face of the NBA 2K or whatever that was announced.
The video game.
The video game. I'm sorry. What are you doing? That like what? I just don't get it. Yes, there's good and evil, but it's not even good and evil because Angel Reese isn't even a good heel. She just hates her. You know, like, And Caitlin Clark is so respectful in everything she does. Like, it's not me doubting Angel. I don't think Angel Reese is not talented. I think that she is. But, like, how is Caitlin Clark not the face of everything? Like, what are you doing? I just, like, I had to get it out because I was so angry today. And, like, I'm just like, she's such a good role model for girls. She's so respectful. She's so classy and everything she does. She's so talented. She makes her team better. Like, she loves basketball.
Yeah.
She could have not been the WWE. She could have started her own league and still made millions of dollars. And
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone has already tuned off because they don't want to hear this. But like, it's so true. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but like, it's so true. And
no, it's very interesting. The momentum really started with her chasing the title, the scoring title in college.
Right.
Nothing to do with the WNBA.
Right.
I mean, so you can kind of quantify it however you want to, but I mean, like, to me, the chronological order is she's what started it, and then they they got the benefit.
Now it's more eyes on all of you guys.
Everybody's,
and it's not even like they're like, oh, cool. Like, thanks, Caitlin Clark. They're like, we hate you. Like, we want to injure you in every game. We want to beat the shit out of you. We don't even want to praise you. And like, and it's not all of them, obviously. And it's a small group. But
it's hard to hide, though.
It's hard to hide the hate that she gets. And I don't understand it.
It's like, thank you for all these opportunities. Bow.
Yeah, literally. But even like commentators and sportscasters, I'm like, what are we doing here? It's just factual. Like, just look at it as a factual standpoint. And it's like, I just don't understand it. Maybe that's above my pay grade. It's not a sport that I talk about, but like, it makes me so angry because I'm like, she's someone too. Like, I don't understand what you're getting hate for when all you do is play basketball and love basketball. Yeah. Make your team better and show up I don't understand.
Are we punishing excellence now? What are we doing?
I just don't. Right. Literally, it's just, you hate her because she's great.
Yeah.
It's greatness hate.
Kind of like Charlotte.
100% like Charlotte. Yes.
Yeah.
But at least the women don't hate her in the freaking WWE. You don't see them beat the shit out of Charlotte. Like,
right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh God. Nuts.
Well, aside from that,
you got me heated now. I gotta no, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah. So I think the show on Sunday, I think we're excited about it. Yeah. Let's hope the next one is a little bit more planned out, a little bit more time, notice and stuff, and let's get some more stories. I do think we'll have at least one or two more matches added on. It does. Yeah, it feels a little.
Listen, I think the Battle Royale, throw someone from TNA in there. Yeah. Why not? Put Masha in it. How cool would that be?
Mm-hmm. Throw some Evolved people in there. Like, if you want to see how far along they are, throw them in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
PLE,
Just toss them in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to wrap it up. You want
me to wrap it? Okay.
Let's do it.
Normally when I wrap it up, I say, is there anything you're plugging, or how can people follow you if they want to hear more?
That's what I say. Things? Yeah, that's what I say. So why don't you do that? Your channel, Gabby AF.
So my channel is Gabby AF. I do new episodes every single week. I usually have some cool interviews that I have with guests. I just had Santana on. Who
Born Nasty.
He's fucking awesome. He's one of the best. He will be at Slammiversary in New York, even though it's Long Island, against Joe Hendry and Trick Williams for the TNA championship. So just had him on. It was really, really awesome. If you want to check it out, it is at youtube.com/@GabbyAF show. But you can also listen to Gabby AF anywhere you get your podcasts. If you want to follow me on socials, it's at Gab LaSpisa. That is on Instagram, on X, all those fun things. And I just have fun. I love pro wrestling. I'm fun and I'm positive, and I like to have a good time. That's basically me in a nutshell. And from Jersey, and I eat pizza.
You've also been involved with some TNA stuff.
Yes, I have.
So for people at home that may have spotted you there.
Maybe you've spotted me. I've done some backstage interviewing for TNA that I just did. Possibly, maybe the door swings and I'll show up again. I would love to. That's really my true passion, is doing that kind of honor stuff, because I love TNA. The locker room is incredible. The energy is there. And I think TNA by the end of the year is going to be doing some very, very big things, hopefully. But I love the collab with WWE, and I think it's opening the doors for a lot of eyes to be on some talent that have been good for a long time. So love TNA. So maybe you saw me there. And if you want to see me there again, maybe one day we will see it. Who knows? Yeah, it's an exciting time for that partnership. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for dropping by. It was a very lovely chat.